From the gritty weight rooms of the early 20th century to the glittering Olympia stages of today, the journey of women in the fitness industry and bodybuilding platforms has been both formidable and awe-inspiring. The fitness industry, particularly bodybuilding, has predominantly been a male-dominated arena since its inception. Eugene Sandow, often referred to as the father of bodybuilding, laid the foundation for the sport in the early 1900s, emphasizing aesthetic muscular development that later became a hallmark in bodybuilding competitions, including Mr. Olympia, which debuted in 1965. The role of women in the early epochs of the fitness industry was substantially shadowed, yet their contributions were unmistakably significant. Women like Abbye, Pudgy, Stockton and Lisa Lyon disrupted norms, redefining femininity and strength in an era when women were expected to adhere to delicate and passive stereotypes. Stockton, an iconic figure in the 1940s, popularized the notion of muscular femininity, laying a fragment of the foundation for women in the fitness sphere. Whereas Lisa Lyon, the winner of the first women's bodybuilding championship in 1979, shattered previous norms and paved the way for subsequent female bodybuilders to grace more inclusive stages, hinting at what would later become the Miss Olympia competition. Delving into a speculative realm where the fitness industry and Olympia were piloted by women from the outset involves deconstructing and weaving a tapestry of an alternate historical narrative. Let's imagine a scenario where the primal inception of the fitness industry was led by visionary women, embedding a matriarchal ethos into the fundamental stratum of the fitness domain. In this hypothetical matriarchal founding, our iconic pioneers might not be the likes of Eugene Sandow, but rather could resemble figures akin to Pudgy Stockton, who, in reality, demonstrated that strength and femininity could coexist harmoniously. This alternative history might present us with an early 20th century society that celebrated women's physical strength, placing them at the pinnacle of the athletic and aesthetic ideal, wherein their muscular and strong physiques became synonymous with beauty and prowess. Envisaging this, the initial focus on women's fitness might have decidedly shaped the industry into a haven that celebrated female strength and athleticism as primary ideals. Fitness centers, instead of being testosterone-fueled domains, could metamorphose into spaces that embraced and enhanced female athleticism, perhaps offering training regimens specifically tailored to women's physiological and anatomical needs. In this alternate reality, iconic female figures, champions of strength, resilience and empowerment, would stand as pillars, inspiring generations of women to explore their physical potentials without inhibition. These pioneers would be emblematic of breaking boundaries, challenging the status quo, and forming a her story where women championed their physicality, explored their limits, and claimed spaces in athletic achievements unapologetically. Here, the inception of the Olympia stage might be fundamentally different, embodying not just the pinnacle of physical achievement, but also becoming a symbol of female empowerment and strength. A stage where women from diverse backgrounds showcase their muscularity, athleticism, and strategic artistry in sculpting their bodies, without the societal encumbrances that often tethered them to restrictive norms. In a realm where the fitness industry and Olympia stage were crafted and cultivated by women from the outset, societal perceptions and stereotypes, particularly around gender, strength, and physical abilities, would undoubtedly tread on different paths. The preeminent women athletes, lifting not just weights but also societal expectations, would have undoubtedly posed a potent challenge to traditional gender roles that have been deeply embedded in the American social fabric. Women, often relegated to realms considered appropriate for their gender, such as homemaking, would have instead been celebrated for their physical prowess and athletic achievements, establishing a paradigm where physical strength, endurance, and muscle building were not solely masculine attributes. In this alternate scenario, a young girl aspiring to be a bodybuilder perhaps might find herself surrounded by not just acceptance, but also an established infrastructure that nurtured her aspirations, backed by a society that perceives strength as inherently harmonious with femininity. Advertising and media representations, pivotal in shaping public opinion and cultural norms, would also witness a transformation. Instead of bombarding audiences with images that perpetuate delicate and often unattainable beauty standards, media might showcase women athletes with their brawn and muscularity as embodiments of beauty and power. Commercials, billboards, and magazines might spotlight these women as role models, intertwining physical strength with desirability, thereby sculpting a more inclusive and expansive conception of femininity. The Mr. Olympia competition, originally introduced in 1965 by Joe Weider, heralded a platform to glorify male muscularity, strength, and athletic supremacy. However, the inception of Miss Olympia in 1980 marked a seminal moment for female bodybuilders, offering them a comparable stage to showcase their sculpted physiques and athletic prowess. Had the origin of these Olympia stages been women-centric, the impact on the recognition, appreciation, and development of female bodybuilding would be fundamentally divergent from the reality we know. In our imaginative journey, envision the gleaming lights of the Olympia stage, reflecting upon the sculpted physiques of female athletes, heralded as the epitome of athletic excellence and physical aesthetics since its very beginning. The prestige and glory of the Olympia stage would not just be an arena to demonstrate physical might, but also a symbol of triumph over the myriad challenges and societal barriers women often encounter in their pursuit of physical excellence. Icons like Rachel McLish, the first ever Miss Olympia winner in our real timeline, would possibly be joined by a plethora of other esteemed athletes, each sculpting their inspirational tales of overcoming obstacles, shattering barriers, and relentlessly pursuing their passion against all odds. Their stories would not just inspire generations of future female bodybuilders, but would serve as a testament to the unyielding spirit of women in the face of challenge and adversity. In our real world, while the Miss Olympia competition faced a hiatus, its reintroduction in 2020 signified a renewed acknowledgement and celebration of female bodybuilders. However, in our alternate, female-dominated universe, such acknowledgements would be consistently present, with every bulging muscle and every triumphant pose on the Olympia stage echoing the untold stories of struggle, perseverance, and indomitable strength of women, teaching generations that strength, in all its forms, is inherently and unapologetically feminine. Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let's get a conversation rolling. If you enjoyed this speculative journey, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more exciting content.